The question is, who's going to win for us? Who? The Phillies. Was a good run, though. Union. Whoever you talk to who watches the Union gets hyped. But so what? We'll claim it right down in Chester. And now the Eagles. The pride and joy, the soul of this city. And we felt confident in the bowl, bro. We felt so confident in the bro. And now the Sixers. God damn it. God damn it. Let's talk about it. Welcome, everybody, back to another episode of the MoneyPot Podcast. I am the president, the CEO, the man who brings you the bets each and every week. This is Moss Money. I am MoneyPot. What's good, everybody? What's good morning? I hope you got your coffee, man. We're going to make this nice, quick, and short. We're going to get to about the game yesterday, and then we're going to talk about some bets today. Because I opened it up saying, who's going to win for us? That's the question I have to ask myself. Who is going to win for us? And you came to the right place because I'm going to win for you today. We're going to put some money in our pockets. Really Philadelphia games on that are important, I guess. I mean, Flyers, I'm not betting the Flyers. And, baseball's back around. Phillies and the Twins. Nobody's betting preseason. Not preseason, but spring training. So we got some basketball games to talk about from a betting perspective. But let me know what you guys think, man. Can the Sixers beat the Celtics in 7 games? That's the question. That is the question. What's up, Chuck? Can we beat them in 7 games? Because we haven't seen it. They've lost every time, right? And it's so close. It's so close. Like World Series, so close. Union didn't watch it, but I guess so close. Eagles, so close. Now, even the bigger smack in the face that Embiid hit the full court shot with milliseconds left. He knew it was no good. But still, he made it, right? We was like, oh, I jumped out of my seat. Like, oh. But it is what it is. Sixers lost yesterday, 110-107, and Tatum didn't even have a good game, and they still lost. For me, what's up, Chucks? What's up, Brian? Appreciate you boys jumping on. Early morning shit. Let's get this out of our system real quick. I'm going to have to agree to the poll, man. I got to see it to believe it. Until I can see it, whatever reason, they can't beat Boston. Can't bake a bean in Boston. They cannot beat Boston in 7 games. We're going to see them in the playoffs. Hopefully, we don't have a second-round exit. Hopefully, we can take that next step and maybe get to the Eastern Conference Finals and then possibly see Boston. And hopefully the ball bounces our way for once, and we beat them in 7. I mean, if you look at the game yesterday, Tobias had a quiet 19. Nothing flashy, nothing crazy. But he still had 19. So typical better than Tobias against Boston. PJ Tucker, can't say enough about Tucker. Tucker had a hell of a game. Hell of a game. I think he had like 13, 14 boards, almost double figures, almost had a double-double. Maxey just disappears. Maxey disappears against Boston. As the defense, I don't know. He just disappears. So Maxey wasn't Maxey at all. And then Embiid does what Embiid does, 40 and like 12, 40 and 15. Horford killed us again. This is nothing new, right? Just because he was in the Sixers uniform for a year, nothing new for Al to kill us. You know what I mean? See, that's the problem, and that's the biggest difference, and that's what builds championship pedigree. They have answers when questions are asked. When they needed somebody to give them a boost, when they needed somebody to score, they had an answer. And it doesn't matter who it is on Boston. Somebody's going to show, whether it's White, whether it's Horford, whether it's Brown, whether it's Smart. It doesn't matter. There's always somebody who can answer the call. The Sixers don't have that, right? And some back end talks I heard about, Jimmy Butler. Hey, Jimmy's been gone for years, so we kind of got to move on from Jimmy. Love Jimmy. Thought Jimmy was the answer. He was the answer. Didn't work out. It is what it is. Now, if Doc Rivers was coaching that team, I bet you Jimmy Butler would still be here. But in all, Jimmy's gone. This is what we have. We have James Harden. We have Maxey. We have Embiid. And we have the rest of the cast, right? So when I look at this, if you watch that game from start to finish, there were times when Embiid was off the court, Harden was on the court, Daniels was on the court. I think he was running with the second team. Maxey was on the court. It just that lineup was stale. Like no movement. People kind of looking at Harden, trying to get a feel of what's he going to do, right? Nobody, like, it was like, oh, okay. And then Harden had to put himself in a position where he had to take a shot, maybe see if he can get a foul. A couple times he was able to get some fouls, right, where they kept him in the game. I think they were like down 6, and he was able to get to the foul line, make a couple baskets, couple smart veteran moves, right, on the pick and roll where he went up for a 3 and he got fouled. Didn't look at it, but when you slowed it down, he definitely got fouled. Hand was out, and he did a smart move, made all 3 free throws. So when you look at that, they just don't have the answers, and they're looking around at each other and trying to figure out what the fuck, like we can't. So I agree to the poll. Let me know in the chat. I see some guys chiming in about the chat. The Sixers can't beat the Celtics in 7 games. I agree to the poll, man. They just can't. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I don't have faith that they can beat them. Somebody's really going to have to step up that we don't expect to step up for them to beat Boston in 7. Now, I think Tucker did that a little bit because he had such a great game, and you weren't expecting that from him. But look, it still wasn't enough. It still wasn't enough. Motherfucker threw a full court pass and full court shot and made it. Still wasn't enough. Tatum had 15 points. Wasn't enough. I don't know what they need because they seem like they have the ingredients to be a championship caliber team, but it's just not enough. They say, ring the bell. Well, I'm sorry, that's the Phillies. Here they come. Well, I'm waiting, right? I'm waiting because I don't see it yet. Hopefully we get out the second round, and then hopefully we can see Boston and really turn it up, and they really turn it up down there. But until then, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It was a good game though. It was a very very good game. So let's talk about some of the betting that I did yesterday. So you guys follow me. If you haven't, go ahead and follow me on MoneyPot Podcast on all social media platforms. We do daily NBA props and player picks. Ran it up. I know Don. Shout out to Don following us. Don can attest. We took $1,000. I took $100 and made it 13. Right? Took $100 and made it 13. 13. That's $1,300, not $13. Not going the other way. We only go up, baby. So, if you're following, go ahead and hop on the damn money train. Let me move this banner, man. I can't look at this shit no more. Go ahead and hop on the damn money train so we can keep running up. We're just trying to win people money. That's it, right? We trying to win money ourselves, give back to the people who watch us, who follow us, who subscribe to us, hit the notification, all that good stuff. All that stuff, that makes everything go back in the background. And just because you don't see me, I told Tom earlier today, just because we ain't talking don't mean we not talking, right? He already know what it is. I'm here on A2D radio platforms, man. I know y'all haven't seen me in a little bit, but just working, just grinding in the background, just like everybody else, to make sure that we bring you the best content that we can from a MoneyPot Podcast perspective. Say that 3 times. and an A2D. Always A2D love here. So let's talk about the bets. Unfortunately, I had a down day. Um, Clear transparency. I'm not going to try and fade y'all with no bullshit. We went 1-4. We hit on our over and Jimmy Butler points. Oh my God. We missed. So I loved Jokic over 13 and a half, but they lost by damn near 30, right? So he was out by the third quarter and he had 13 rebounds. I needed 13 and a half. It was a big play for me. He was benched because they were down by 30. There was no reason for him to play. They gave in. So that was such a terrible bad beat. I did have Harden over 37 and a half points, rebounds, and assists. He only got to 35 and a half. So that was kind of a miss. He didn't have that good a game against Boston. But it kind of turned up a little bit at the end. I thought he would score a little bit more points, but if they went to overtime, he probably would have hit it. So I missed on that. And then I missed on CJ McCullough over points. I thought CJ McCullough would have had a better day than he did, but he didn't. So 1-4 yesterday, looking for the bounce back Sundays, as we call them. You out Friday night, you're out Saturday night. Today, it's the kind of bounce back, get yourself ready for the week. So we got a slew of games today. You know the flow. You know how I do. We're going to bring up the sports book and look at some plays. I was looking at some things earlier today, trying to get ready for the show today, and some of the player props hasn't dropped yet. I did give a play yesterday. If those who were watching me on MoneyPot Podcast YouTube, I did like the Suns. The Suns were +5. Giannis had went out with a knee injury early, I think in the first and second quarter, and he didn't come back to the game. So I don't expect him to play today. He's getting really banged up. They're going to need him for the long haul for the playoff push. So I don't expect him to play today. But let me bring up the sports book, show y'all what I'm talking about. Let's go to y'all. BD, what's up, man? Ryan Daly. Agree to the post since seem to continue to have this. Yeah, man, it's really that simple. It's really that simple. You know what I mean? We just can't beat them. Eventually we will, but right now I think it's the Celtics' time. I like the Celtics to win the whole thing, by the way. I got a future bet on that. I do like them to win the whole thing. Rob disagreed to the poll. Hey, man, keep the faith. Keep the faith. You already know Don. Yes, sir. He knows. We ran it up. $100 to $1,300. Mr. Marcus, what's going on? Oh, man, that's a little weird. Y'all know that reference. What's going on, bro? We gotta get a show together, man. We gotta get one on together, man. I think we could have some fun on the show, talking football and talking whatever. So I'll reach out, man. We definitely got to get a show together. All right. So right now, let's go to NBA. I just want to see what are the odds right now. I know I just want to see MVP, Jokic. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Futures. I just want to see what they are. So Boston's, they were +280. I got them at 4-1. I think it was +450. I had Boston winning the whole thing. I know a lot of people like Phoenix with Durant. It makes a lot of sense, but I just want to ask you guys this one question. Since the whole kind of big three superstars joining each other and collaborating and playing on the same team, when has it ever worked in the first year? When have you ever seen a superstar jump ship, join another superstar, and they win the whole thing in the first year? It hasn't happened. It still takes a team. It does. It still takes. Now, LeBron and them, they got together. They went to the finals, but they lost to Dallas. It just hasn't happened yet. So that's why I fade Phoenix here. I do fade Phoenix here, and I think Chris Paul is just cursed, like Barkley never to win. So, at first I thought Sixers would be a good bet here, but like I said, I don't think they can beat Boston in 7. I'll probably hedge if it's Boston and the Sixers in the Eastern Conference Finals. Then I'll probably hedge here, counting how the pathway goes. But Russ ain't gonna help the Clippers get over in the West. So, you know, Dallas is a good dark horse at 16-1. I think here, I think that makes a lot of sense for me. But I could see them upsetting Phoenix. But I mean, Durant is just, it's kind of how he comes back too, right? I think he's slated to play this week, right? I think he's slated to play this week, if I'm not mistaken. All right, let's get to the games for today. Get you guys in, get you guys out. Let's see. All right. So here are the game lines for today. Like I said, yesterday, this was +5. It dropped because of Giannis. Is probably still a game time decision as of right now. So I got it at +5. I think the money line was like +175, almost 2-1 a little bit. Now the Bucks are a decent team. It's not like the Bucks aren't a decent team without Giannis. They've played without Giannis before. They've won without Giannis before. And playing them in Milwaukee is always tough sledding. Milwaukee is a tough place to play. So I understand why this line is short, but I liked it at +5. I still like it at +3 if you like the money line. I would think Phoenix should have enough to win, but don't sleep on the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks are a good team here. So let's look at the player props here that I like for today. Sorry, I was reading a comment. I know a little dead air there. My bad. All right. So the one play I do like today, he's had, Chris Paul and assists, you already know. But he had 9 assists last game. But I think it was 6 games before that he had a stretch of over 10 assists in each games, and he just missed this one. I expect him to get back. A lot of passing, a lot of team ball. Give me Chris Paul over 9.5 assists. Not too bad. It looks like the under's a little bit more, where the books think that this is going to happen. It'll probably be right there. Like it'll land on 9, or he'll get the over at 10. But I'm expecting him to get the over. I don't expect him to score so much. I think he's going to be more of a facilitator. Drew Holiday has been known for his defensive prowess. So I don't expect him to score as much and just kind of pass the ball. So from a game flow perspective, give me Chris Paul over a 9.5 assists for today. I was looking at Holiday's points as well. It's at 21.5. I think this makes a lot of sense to me too. He's going to have to score, especially if Giannis is out. He had 24 last time. So I'm going to double dip in the same game as well. I know Chris Paul is a little bit older, but I expect Drew to put him down on the paint, get into the paint a little bit more. I expect Drew to score a little bit more. This is not a big play for me. This is more of a lean. So I would be looking at this 21.5. It's at -130. I expect him to score 23 to 25 points today. So this should be a really good game. So give me over Drew Holiday, 21.5 points. All right, so that's it for this game. Let me go back to the other games. All right, so no, do y'all really, how long is it before Simmons is out the league? How long y'all think it is before Ben Simmons is no longer in the NBA? Like I've never, like it's almost Carson Wentz-esque, right? Almost very close to Carson. People thought he was the greatest and could be so good and all this. And now he's at the bottom of the motherfucking barrel right now. Like nobody's gonna want him if he has no trade value. And after his contract is done, nobody's gonna pay him money. Who's gonna pay him money? He better become a center. That's the only way. That's the only way. Another good play here I like. I'm going back to the well with the assists. Very similar in Chris Paul. He had 9 assists last time, but he's averaging literally almost 12, 11 assists per game. Who are they playing? Brooklyn. Brooklyn's bad. So I expect Trey to do Trey Young things. This is plus money right here. Give me Trey Young over 10.5 assists. A little bit tougher. I mean, you see the -140 under 10.5, but I think he gets right to this number. It'll be really close. 10.5, 5. This is not a full play. I'll probably put half a unit on it, so like $50. on this one. This like this play right here, this will be a full unit play. I'll put 100 on this one. But the other one's a little bit leans. I think there's an edge there. I like the value too as well. Looking at his last 5 or 6 games, he's been well over this number except for the last game. So they're at home too. So I expect him to dish the ball a little bit. I think points wise, it's just NBA is a little bit tough. You got to catch them in good shooting kind of not slumps, but shooting heaters. So he's always going to have the ball in his hand. So I expect him to distribute, and we've seen that before with some of his other games. All right, keeping the train moving. Lakers and Dallas. So I like this Dallas in this game. It's interesting. I was looking at some trends here, and Kyrie has been terrible against LeBron. Heads up. I think he's 3-10, but like 6 of those or 7 of those games when Bron was in Miami. So he's I think he's 2-1 in his last 3 against LeBron. Luka is 3-0 in his last 3 against LeBron. I like this Dallas team. Luka had a triple double last time that they faced the Lakers. He almost had a triple double the game before that. I think he had like 39 and 9. So I'm just gonna go with the Mavs straight up. I think the Mavs win this game. Lakers aren't the greatest team on the road. Mavs are better home team. So give me the Mavs -4 here. I like them straight up here. I think they win the game outright. A little bit too much money on the money line, but if you wanted to pair it with something else, we'll look at that too. We'll put a little small parlay together. But these are all just kind of straight plays that I like. Skipping this Washington Chicago game, don't got a side on this one. Chicago's just coming off. They beat somebody by like 40. I forget who they played, but they beat somebody by 40. Line's a little bit short. No Porzingis for Washington, so not really sure what this line is telling me here. So I'm gonna lay off this one. Didn't really dig into the Toronto Raptors and Cleveland either. Cleveland's a pretty good team at home. The line reflects that -7. So this is a pass for me as well. This is a really interesting line. So you all know the Kings, I forget who they played, but they scored like 176 points or something crazy, like the third highest scoring or second highest scoring game in NBA history. And they're going against a team without SGA and OKC, and the line is very short. It's -3.5. So the book is telling me this is a letdown game. This is a letdown game right here for the Kings. Coming off that emotional high, breaking record books, talking shit in the press conference with Fox and Monk. They scored almost 90 points together between the two of them. And now, against the worst team in the league, they're only favored by 2 buckets. Only favored by 2 buckets. That's right. They played the Clippers. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. He exposed him some. Daryl Morey looks like a genius now. Right. They got off him. They got max value for him. They really did. You're right about that, Marcus. They really did get max value for him. He said he could see Ben playing for the Tigers. Yeah. He's gonna have to do something. He'll be an attraction over there. You know what? He'll fuck around and go over there and be a problem. Right? Ben Simmons would fuck around and go to the Benji Tigers and fuck around and be a problem. Give him 20, 10, and 10 every night. I bet you he would. He'd be like Marbury. He would become a bigger star over there than he is here. Because he was okay with the Sixers. But hey. But back to the games. Kings, Thunder. I'm not betting this, but I would bet the dog. This is just my feel. This is what the line is telling me. There's no reason. The Kings are a good team. There's no reason why this line should be this close. Could be Vegas with the okey doke, right? With the okey doke to get people to entice people to bet here. But for me, it's a dog or no bet. So if you're looking for an underdog bet to play today, just to get some value in terms of your parlay, I would bet the Thunder and the win outright too. This makes a lot. It just shouldn't be this close. Next game. So Warriors and Timberwolves. The player props weren't on here when I looked. I was looking at Clay's points. I don't think Draymond is coming. Draymond's playing today. Okay, here we go. They did put him up. 25 and 24. So Clay's coming off that 42-point game. And I'm trying to think, well, because this is the first time I'm seeing this. Because before they just had the Timberwolves players up. And they just dropped this. So I'm just kind of getting a feel of how I would want to play this. I don't think Draymond's playing. Do they have? See, they don't even have Looney's rebounds up here. And it's probably because they don't know if Draymond's playing or not. This is something I would have to come back to. I would try to do this live, but none of it has a feel for me. Let me look at threes real quick for Clay. 4.5 minus 145. That makes sense. So they think he's going to get 5. Right, he'll hit 5, close to 5 threes. That's 15 points. He just needs 10 more. This will probably go up by tip-off. By 7 o'clock, was it 10:30? And they're in Golden State. So we're talking about the time difference. I bet you this jumps up to 26. This probably starts to tick up. What's him to score 30? Plus 25 is, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just my process in my head, how I look at and how I read bets. The value bet is him to score 30. So if you like Clay here at 25.5, and you're going to pay the $1.25 to bet this, I would go ahead and go 30, and just take the swing for him to score 30. I know he's coming off a 42-point game, but if he's going to get half his points just from threes, you got to expect him to hit 5 or 6 threes, couple twos, free throws, stuff like that. I think he gets closer to 30 than you think. I think this true number is probably closer to like 27, 28 points he scores. So I like this. I would lean this, but I think the value here, especially with no Draymond, he's going to have the ball in his hand a little bit more. Minnesota is not known to be a really good defensive team so much. It's not like he's driving in the paint with Rudy in the middle, so a lot of jumpers. So I'd actually like Klay Thompson here, 30 points here. That makes a lot of sense to me. And I think the value's there. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that live here. Give me Klay Thompson. Something small, maybe 75 on there. Get that value on there for Klay Thompson to score 30 points. So there was another one that I saw. I want you guys to tell me what you guys think of this one. It was Dame. It was Dame time. I've never seen a player point this high against such a bad team. Yo, his player prop was 36.5. Like, look at that shit, yo. Like, I don't think I've ever seen one this high before. Maybe 32, maybe 33. But I mean, it's almost like he's like they're predicting him to go off for like 40. Right? Like, look at this. Him scoring 30 is minus 500. That's ridiculous. Like, that really is ridiculous. So that's a be a no bet for me. It's just too many points. I mean, it's Dame, right? So he'll probably get there. But damn. You know what I mean? Like, god damn. I don't know about that one. All right. So let's go back to the odds. Those are the plays of the day for NBA. I got nothing on this game. I don't even think they were up. Let me see. The points weren't up when I was. Oh, okay. They came up now. See, not all of them. I did like Westbrook's assist. Let me see what his assists are. 7.5. Oh, give me that all day. That's way too low, y'all. That's way too low for Westbrook. On this team with George and Leonard, and him just passing the rock, he'll get this by the first half. This is almost an auto bet. Wow. That's got to be like a typo. This is the biggest bet of the day for me. 7.5. Let me look at something. When's the last time he had 7 assists, under 7 assists, and he's a starter? Like, what are we talking about? Let me see. 14, 8, 4, 10, 8, 10. So listen. This is his assist. He had 14 with the Clippers in his first opening night. And then he had 8, 4, 10, 8, 10, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last 7 games, he's hit this 6 times. And this is when he was with the Lakers. And now he's starting. And we're talking about LeBron on the team, too, with him out there. Where LeBron is a facilitator himself. Come on, man. Lock that in, y'all. Lock that in. That is easy money. Easy money right there. Something's got to happen for him not to get that. And I don't want to, I'll knock on wood on that. I don't want that to happen. I like Russ. So those are my NBA plays of the day. If I would rank them, I would go, obviously, this at 7.5. You need to jump on this now. This ain't going to last. I'll tell you right now, this ain't going to last. I'll tell you that right now. This will probably jump up to like almost minus 125. So if you can, jump on that right now. Absolutely. I would say this is 1. This is 1B. So I like Dallas today. I like Russ. And then this is I would say my second or third best bet. 4 best bet. And then this would be my last. You know what? Let's take this off. Let's go with these 4. I was reaching for that holiday one just because I don't think Giannis is going to play. These are all pretty decent bets. I like these. These all make a lot of sense to me, too. And you can parlay these motherfuckers. Ugh. Let's see what a parlay look like. Something light. You know what I mean? Parlay party. Oh, that ain't bad. 25 of them when you're 450. That ain't bad. I'll take it. It's not a bad parlay, yo. Not a bad parlay at all. $100. If you do it all, $100 to win you what? Almost, what's that? 460 plus 180. What is about 680? Close to 700, I would think. Yeah, about almost $700. Yeah, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. Actually, no, it's like 640 or 650. My bad. That ain't bad at all. I'll take that. All right, I got some college basketball for you. I know I don't do too much college, but I have some college basketball for y'all. I want to show you 2 plays that I find that I think I have an edge, and it's because these 2 teams are horrific on the road, and they're facing teams that are magnificent at home. Only 1 loss to the record at home. So that would be Maryland. They've only lost once at home. They haven't lost at home since December. And who was that other team? I believe it was Memphis. Yeah, it was Memphis. Memphis hasn't lost. Memphis has only lost once at home. So I don't expect them to lose again. Today ain't the day. I haven't done a lot of college basketball bets. That's my guy Renzo who does that. But I like those 2 college bets. I'm taking the money line. Y'all know college. I ain't fucking around with college. It's such a crapshoot right now. And then the home stretch with March Madness coming up. So I know the guys from A2D are really chomping at the bit at that. But if you want a parlay, here's a parlay bet of the day. Brought to you by Fan Up, by the way. Fan Up. If you love, love fantasy and DFS, make sure you sign up for Fan Up. I believe we still have a code for that. I'm trying to find the code. Yeah, A2D. There we go. Sign up promo code A2D for your 5,000 bonus points, $50 value. The Fan Up app. Go ahead and check it out. We're going to bring this bet to you. This is the parlay Fan Up bet of the day. Let me double check the home record. Yeah. So Maryland is 15-1 at home. And Memphis, I think, is the same record, 15-1 at home too, 12-1 at home. So all conference battles today. I believe Memphis already beat Cincinnati at Cincinnati, and I think Northwestern and Maryland is the first time they're playing. So here's the parlay bet of the day. We're going to take this one off. We're going to take Clay off. Where are we at? I really feel like that Russ is good. I kind of like this bet at 6-3, but I want to give you guys a little bit. Take this off. 3-1. See, I don't want to get too greedy, but it's the name of the game too. When you do parlays, is kind of you want to bet small to win big, right? So with parlays, you got to take a little bit of risk. But I don't like to build huge parlays. I just don't. I don't like big parlay plays. But I think this is a good bet here. I think this is a really good bet. Let me see. Let's get some FXL on that bitch. There's 2 games. I do like Houston, though. I think Houston should win this game. Y'all be mad as shit at me if I put some motherfucking FXL in there. I do bet FXL now. You know what I mean? I do bet FXL. Let me see. Phoenix makes a lot of sense to me, man. Oh, man. Beating them in. I think I would roll the dice with Phoenix. Could be a dog day today. Could be a dog day in the NBA today. Let's see. We need a dog to push this. Is what we need. If we go Phoenix, yeah. See how that pushes that? Like, watch. I went from less than 3-1, and give me a dog who might be able to win to almost 8-1. See, the problem is with this one, man. Let me just look at some of my notes real quick. Yeah, see, like the Bucks are 25-5 at home. Like that's, you know what I mean? And they won 13 in a row. So the line is reflective of that. And we still don't know if Giannis is playing or not. He's still a game time decision. Oh, he just got downgraded to doubtful. Okay. All right. So we'll take it. We'll take the risk. And you know what? 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it. It's all going on. OKC, baby. Let's go. I'm taking OKC in the upset. I'm tripping, but the line is telling me to take OKC. Let me see. Let me look at this again. When the last time OKC won a game? No, they're not too bad. I thought they were worse than this. They're not terrible. They're 28-31. They're almost respectable, kind of. They played them back to back though. So yeah, I'm thinking if you want to win one and you're OKC, you got to win the first one, and the second one you're kind of with the Lakers behind it, getting hyped for the Lakers. So, they've lost to the Kings already this year at Sacramento. They've only played them once. All right, yeah. We'll do a nice little 21, 20-1 odds. That's the Fan Up parlay pick of the day. We're going Russell over 7.5. Maryland, as I like to say, money line. Memphis, money line. Phoenix plus to win outright plus 135, and OKC plus 145 to win. Let's go, man. That was 20 to 1 odds. Might as well take. Right. Might as well take the Rockets over the Blazers. They fuck around and win that shit too. They fuck around. They got Dame to score 40. Like what? Like come on, man. Come on, man. What's up, Jake? Wake up. What up, Nate? I agree to the poll. Boston's a bet. You just don't like the Sixers, Jake. I heard you talking in the background. You just hate the Sixers. You hate Doc Rivers. You just hate him. You don't want no FXL love, man? I got an edge in FXL, man. Got a edge there. All right, I think I've been talking too much, babbling along, man. I want to thank everybody for joining me this morning. Hopefully, that rant earlier on about the Sixers and Celtics got that out your system because I needed to get that out my system. If you haven't already, please go ahead and follow me on all social media platforms of MoneyPot Podcast. And if you're following A2D, you need to hit the damn like button and the notification button. You already here. It costs you nothing. You might as well stick around, right? Because once we get you on the channel, once we get you in the building, the expectation is not for you not to leave. And if you're leaving, you're branded A2D with a MoneyPot logo on the back. It's just really like that. So thank everybody for joining. Like I said, you know what? What'd you say? XL. See, y'all sucking me in to talk more. XFL has been pretty good, but last night was brutal. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Marcus, we'll get on the show about FXL. Because since don't nobody want to talk about the shit, we'll talk about the shit, right? So thanks everybody for joining, man. Have a good morning. Have a blessed Sunday. I will see you guys next Sunday right here on the A2D radio. And if not, if you follow me on MoneyPot Podcast, I'll see you each and every day giving you picks and plays like we always do. If you don't know, tell a friend to tell a motherfucking friend. This is Moss Money. This is MoneyPot. I'm out.